What the frunk is going on with EVs? First they start putting storage under the hood, and now they're putting power sockets and water coolers in there. Hello again and welcome back to another instalment of the channel. We are looking at frunks, Froots, frunks. Oh god, we're going to get onto that in a minute. My name is Martin Lee, and if you like what we do here, hit subscribe and the bell icon so you never miss a show. Before we get on to look at some of the best out there, let's get this sticking point out of the way. Is it a frunk or is it a Froots? Who really cares? My US viewers almost definitely call it a frunk. Where I live, I hear some people call it a Froot, but well, what you guys in the US call a trunk, we call a boot. Then again, at the front, it's the bonnet, so that doesn't make any sense either. Today, I'm going to play fast and loose with whatever term you want and you prefer. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you call that storage bit up front? So what is a frunk? Well, in the case of both frunk and Froot, it's a blend of two words. Front is blended with either boot or trunk to make the words. Now, the idea and practice of having storage areas in the front part of a car isn't anything new. Two famous examples, the old school Beetle, the Porsche 911, both great cars in their own particular ways. So why is it only now that we're using the term? Well, I suppose that in the example of the Porsche and the VW, there wasn't a choice in storage. The engine was up the back anyway, so storage was up front. The famous Merriam-Webster dictionary says there's nothing in the definition of trunk to say that it has to be located in the front or the rear. It's simply just a place to store things. But with the advent of the modern electric car, some of our EVs had a main storage area in the back and a little bit more up front. So all of a sudden, we had the need to differentiate between the typical storage areas at the back and the front, and this new fancy bit got that name. Right, so that's all explained then. That's the backstory out of the way. Now, let's have a look at them live and in action. We've picked out a few of our favourites to have a look at today. So let's kick off with the Ford Mustang Mach-E. It's got a pretty good sized frunk. The US site says it has a capacity of 4.7 cubic feet. What we really like about the Mach-E's storage area is you can use it as a cooler because it's got drain holes in the bottom. So when you're done, you just open those up and let the icy water drain out of the bottom, or even give it a little wash out. It'll be pretty handy at a barbecue, maybe as a little party piece if you're hanging around and want a few beers at the big game. Most will credit Tesla with the creation, or at least the renaissance of the frunk. Then we're going to have a quick look at these cars. The earlier versions of the Model S with the rear mounted motor had a gigantic frunk. I remember watching early YouTube videos. It was a real showstopper. Fully grown adults were climbing into that space. I don't recommend that. But now we want to move on to what we're most excited about when it comes to frunks in EVs, and it's the new Ford F-150 Lightning. The F-150 has what Ford are calling the Mega Power Frunk. Sounds like something out of a cartoon you watched as a child, but I really love it. It's an over-the-top name for what is really an over-the-top frunk. You can open and close the frunk with the push of a button, even from your phone. It's powered, so you haven't got to get your fingers dirty if your car is. It's got 14.1 cubic feet of cargo space. That's phenomenal. And it'll take 400 pounds of weight, which Ford love to tell us is 8 50-pound bags of concrete mix. Now, that's all well and good. It's got great storage space, and thanks to the grille opening up with the hood, it's all attached. It's really easy to get things in and out, but it gets even better. The sealed cargo space is entirely washable and drainable, so you can give it a good old clean out if needed. It's got hooks, it's got lid dividers and nets to keep your shopping safe. It's got 2 USB connections and 4 120 volt sockets that output a total of 2.4 kilowatts of power. And that's only the frunk. It's got even more up in the rear. So I think we can all agree that frunks and Froots are another great benefit of going electric. But many EVs don't have them, and some people find that the frunk they have isn't quite what they want it to be. So we're starting to see some really cool aftermarket products coming out. Plenty of companies are now designing storage compartments that can fit under your EV's hood. You can buy special liners that'll make your frunk waterproof. Some companies are even making lights to help you see in there properly in the dark. So it's a pretty exciting time for EVs in general, and we are delighted to start seeing some functionality that's moving beyond simply being you know, a car being a box on wheels, things like the Ford F-150 with all of that power output really does allow tradespeople the ability to run their tools for hours off the battery rather than dirty diesel generators. Maybe you're up in the cabin for a weekend, or you need power remotely. You can even use your vehicle as a backup for your house in the event of a power cut. And this is only the beginning. But that's enough from us. We want to know what you think right now. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. Do you have an EV? Which one? And if so, do you use the storage up front if it has it? Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up down there. It tells us to make more like it. And we'll see you on the next one.